How's it going, people? I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. Before we jump into today's video, there were a few things I wanted to point out. For those who don't know, there is a Survivor Supercharger currently available for this week's weekly challenge. And this rarely ever happens. I believe it's only happened maybe a couple of times ever since we started getting weekly Superchargers. So you may want to do your 160s this week. I think we'll try to help some people with their 160s on Twitch. Speaking of which, be sure to follow if you haven't already. I'll leave a link to my Twitch in the description. But yeah, that was the first thing I wanted to point out. Another thing I wanted to point out is that the Wolfie Business quest line is also currently available. And this is the quest line that gives Dyer as a reward. I don't really use him that much as my commander, but I do use him in my support team a lot. And when you get Dyer, you also get the Hunter's Instinct team perk. And that's the only way you can get the team perk. And this quest line is going to be available until October 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern. We also got the Black Blade in the event store this week, which we have reviewed. I'll leave a link to that review in the description if you want to go check it out. We also got a total of 1,200 epic perk up in the weekly store this week. And the last thing I wanted to point out is that the birthday quests are currently available in BR. And these quests are only going to last for 5 more days. So if you were wanting to get some year 6 birthday cosmetics, then be sure to log in sometime within the next 5 days and complete at least 5 of these birthday quests. So yeah, just wanted to point that out because I didn't want any of you all to miss out on it. Anyways, for today's video, we're going to be taking a look at this Founder's Warhammer that has 4 attack speed perks on it. And the reason we're reviewing it is because weapons like this is no longer available. I was able to get it from somebody who donated it to us for us to try out. But the way you originally got the weapon is by purchasing one of the upgraded editions, which are no longer available. Once you purchased one of the upgraded editions of Save the World, you would get a limited amount of Founders Llamas. And whenever you open those Founders Llamas, you would get a chance to get some of these epic Founders weapons. So that's how you get the Founders Warhammer, is by purchasing one of the upgraded editions and then opening your Founders Llamas. And they wouldn't let you put 4 attack speed perks on it when you first get the Founders Warhammer. But I believe the way he was able to get 4 attack speed perks is because he put at least 2 attack speed perks on it before patch 12.0. And after that patch, he was able to put 2 more attack speed perks on it. So I believe that's how he was able to get 4 attack speed perks on this Founders Warhammer. But like I said, I was able to get it because somebody gifted it to us. And while we test it out, we're going to use Paleo Luna as our commander with the Blast from the Past team perk. And for our support team, we have Triceratops Ramirez, Guardian Bull, Tank Penny, Prehistoric Isa, and Breakbeat Wildcat. The mission we're going to do is this Power Level 140 Ride the Lightning, and Cookies is going to be helping us out. Before we do that mission though, I do want to test it out. And the first thing I want to do is check out the attack speed. So here's what it looks like. Definitely the fastest hammer I've ever seen in Save the World. Honestly, it's almost as fast as some of the fastest swords in Save the World. Our attack speed is currently 0.4 seconds, which is like the same as the Storm King's Ravager, if that has at least 1 attack speed perk on it. It's also the same as the Corsair, if that has an attack speed perk on it. Pretty much the same as the Stabsworth the Third, if that has at least 1 attack speed perk on it. But it's not as fast as the Spectral Blade with 1 attack speed perk. That's still going to be faster than our Founder's Warhammer. So it doesn't have the fastest attack speed out of all melee weapons, but it does have the fastest attack speed compared to other hammers. Like Storm King's Fury, that's 0.7 seconds. Dragon's Fist is 0.98 seconds. The Husk Warper's 0.83. Lead Sled is 0.64. So yeah, it doesn't have the fastest attack speed overall when it comes to melee weapons, but I do believe it has the fastest attack speed when it comes to hardware melee weapons, or at least it's the fastest that I've seen. And technically we can go even faster than that if we trigger Rock and Riff. So here's what the attack speed looks like without Rock and Riff. And let's go ahead and get another kill. And here's what it looks like with Rock and Riff active. Honestly, it's so fast either way, I can hardly tell the difference. But that's what it looks like with and without Rock and Riff active. Next thing I want to do is test it out against some Mist Monsters. And first we're going to start off with this Taker. Keep in mind that our Warhammer is only power level 122, so it is a little underpowered. But it took us about 7 melee hits to kill him. And I believe we dealt about 99,000 damage whenever we crit. Also want to try it out against the Blaster. And we're dealing the same damage numbers, 99,000 when we crit. And it took us about 9 melee hits to kill the Blaster. And last up, I want to try it out against this smasher. No, wildlife, no.
Yes, 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 yes.
And I also want to try it out. Oh my god, he's already hurt. It's because of the wildlife. Oh my. Wildlife, why do you do this to me?
Why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way. I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
It's alright, we found a nurse. We're good. We found a nurse. Oh, people, we got another pet. We got another pet smasher. I'm gonna name this one Party Zone. Alright, this smasher's pretty chill, man. I'm not gonna test it out against him.
You're cool.
Alright, so we just found another smasher. So let's go ahead and test it out. We're still dealing like between 40,000 and 90,000 damage every time we hit. Looks like we stunned the smasher right there. So it can stun Miss Monsters as well. But yeah, it's sort of taking us a long time to kill him. How long was that? About 10 seconds? That's kind of bad. Keep in mind, it is only a power level 122. But honestly, that's no excuse. For comparison, when we tested out the Founder's Night Cleave with 4 attack speed perks, we were able to kill the 140 smasher within about 3 or 4 seconds. But with this one, it took us about 10 seconds. So this is not as good compared to some of the other Founders melee weapons. Speaking of which, I'll leave a link to those other Founder weapons reviews in the description if you want to go check those out. Because this isn't the first one we've done. I think this is like the 4th or 5th. But compared to the other ones that we've tried with 4 times attack speed, this Founder's Warhammer's definitely not as good as those when it comes to killing Miss Monsters quickly. But yeah, that's what it looks like against Miss Monsters. I do want to show what the heavy attack looks like as well. And oh, it actually made him drop the propane tank. And it didn't explode. So using the heavy attack can cause sploders to drop their propane tanks. Oh, but he picked it back up. Let's hit him again. Oh, and he dropped it again. So yeah, not only can it make sploders drop propane tanks, but it can also stun Husk as well for a couple of seconds. So that's what the heavy attack looks like versus a sploder. Alright, well, let's go ahead and do the mission. And I didn't see any oh, we got fire. Alright, well, we got 2. Grandpa's helping us out. And they're using Xenon bows because I only had 2 of these Warhammers with 4 attack speed perks. When it comes to the Founder's Warhammer, I mean, obviously I love the attack speed, but there's also a lot of things I don't like about it. So the main one being, it took us like 10 seconds to kill the Smasher. When you compare that with other Founders melee weapons, we've been able to kill the Smasher like within 3 or 4 seconds with the Founder's Night Cleave. We were also able to kill it pretty quickly with the Skull Cleave, but it took us like 10 seconds to kill with this Warhammer, so the time to kill is a little bit worse compared to some other Founders melee weapons. And another thing I really didn't like about it is the durability on it. We lost like half of our durability on one of these after just killing like a handful of Miss Monsters. So they're only going to last for maybe, I want to say maybe 1 mission, maybe 2 if you don't use it that much. But with the 4 times attack speed, they don't really last that long.
Oh no, I'm down.
But there were a couple things I did like about it. Obviously attack speed being one of them. You get a lot of hits in very quickly. I like how the heavy attack will cause sploders to drop their propane tanks. That was pretty cool. Also like how it stuns Husk and Miss Monsters.
I like that this little shockwave or whatever this thing is coming out of them, man. It's pretty cool. Or that little effect it gives it. Do you see it?
I think that's your kinetic overload constructor thing.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a constructor perk.
Oh, right. Oops.
Yeah, those are some of the things I did like about it. But yeah, not one of the best Founders melee weapons in my opinion. I still prefer the Night Cleave. I think that's my favorite one, the Night Cleave. The Skull Cleave was also pretty good. And we still have other ones I haven't reviewed yet, so If y'all would like us to review maybe the Great Sword with 4 times crit damage, or we also have like a Founder's Bearcat, Founder's Lawbringer, Founder's Raptor. If y'all want us to review one of these instead, let me know in the comments below. We haven't really done that many Founder's ranged weapons. So yeah, after testing against Miss Monsters and doing one wave and Ride the Lightning, this thing's almost gone. Almost completely. We're going to keep using it though. If it runs out, we'll just switch to our other one. Well, let's go ahead and do the last wave. So Cookie, you've tried it. What do you think about it?
I think it's really good, but the only thing I don't like about it is that you lose a lot of durability.
Yeah.
And since you're like going too fast, and I mean, don't get me wrong, the effects and all are great, but in my understanding, I just don't like how the durability just goes to waste that quickly. So I give that I give it a 6 out of 10 or something.
But I mean, as you can tell, we're killing like 140 husks pretty easily. Look how quickly we're killing them. It's just when it comes to,
that's great.
Yeah, it's just when it comes to Miss Monsters, specifically the Smasher. It took us a little bit longer to kill him than I would have liked. But yeah, as you can tell, even at power level 122, we're still able to kill 140s very quickly. Everything else other than a Smasher.
Yeah, man, it's really good, but I just don't like how you lose a lot of durability on it. That's pretty much...
Yeah, that's the thing. So, like, if you can't craft these, as you can tell, like, we're almost about to run through this after just one mission. And we tested it on some Miss Monsters earlier, but this is pretty much almost gone, right? So, I mean, if you can't craft these, you probably can't even use them because they're going to break after, like, one mission, so...
Wait, it's a Founder's melee weapon, right?
Yeah.
Wait, they don't do the Founder stuff anymore, don't they?
Nope.
Oh, that sucks.
Only way to get it was from Founders Llamas if you had purchased one of the upgraded editions when they were available.
I got the Ultimate Edition. Does that count?
You may want to check your inventory. You might have some in there.
I'll have to check.
Oh, they actually broke something over here. But yeah, I mean, like, as far as... If I could craft them, I honestly wouldn't mind using it. Or at least for, like, 140 missions. I wouldn't mind using it. I would just have to, like, switch to a different weapon if I see a Smasher or something.
Question. You can craft them, can you?
I think I have some, but I don't know if I have this one. If I do, I don't have the perks that this one has.
I mean, like, just like in general, the schematic.
I'll have to check.
Oh, okay.
One of our defenders are down. I don't think I do.
I got like a whole
not the
bunch of people on
Warhammer.
me. Hold on.
Oh, there we go. We broke it. So it didn't even last one whole mission.
Wow.
There you go,
It's
people.
terrible.
Yeah. So yeah, if you can't craft it, there's really no point in using it unless you want to lose it. You know how they say use it or lose it? Well, with this one, it's more like use it and lose it. Because as soon as you lose it, it's gone, man.
Yeah, that's true.
I kind of don't even want to use the second one because this is the last one I have with 4 times attack speed. I do have a 135 Warhammer, but the perks we have on that's a little bit different. So this is 4 crit ratings. I'll go ahead and use it, but look how slow the attack speed is. We'll go ahead and use it though, because I'm probably not going to review this one, right? This is a 135. Since we already reviewed the Warhammer, I'm not going to review this one. But I wanted to keep the one with 4 times attack speed because that was my last one. And I think I'm going to throw it in my storage. Or I may give it away on Discord. Speaking of which, we still do giveaways on Discord, people. So if y'all like some free stuff, be sure to check out our Discord link in the description.
Give me blast powder.
But yeah, that'll do it for our first Founders Warhammer gameplay. For those of you who have tried it, let us know what you all think about it. Oh,
GG.
shoot, Lars. Bro, Lars. His van was prairie dogging through the build.
GG, man.
Yep, good stuff. Told you it wouldn't take long, boy. But yeah, that'll pretty much do it for this one. Before I go, I did want to give a huge shout out to everybody who's been using creator code A1. And just want to say thank you for your support. Also, huge shout out to Cookie for joining us. Anyways, Hope y'all have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.